So in the afternoon, Srila Prabhupada received friends, God brothers, or some devotees who had some special requests. But after it, Srila Prabhupada take his fruit juice, generally devotees had to leave the room. It was his time, and he had some appointment with different devotees or whatever. So by Krishna's grace, it became a routine that I will not leave his room, and I will stay there sitting with my little girl. My little girl, Bhakti Kishori, was very, very peaceful girl. If I put her sitting, I come back 1 hour later, she stay like this, very peaceful, like many Indian children. And Srila Prabhupada liked her so much. Actually, Srila Prabhupada used to say that one time devotees was there and some sannyasi, and Prabhupada said, when you come to Vrindavan and you see this girl, you offer obeisances to her, because she is a great devotee. She will be great as Mirabai. And she was always doing like me. So she will turn in Prabhupada garden with a bead bag, and she will chant Hare Krishna. She was only 3.5 years old. And when I used to go to the kitchen of Srila Prabhupada and cook, he will tell her, so Bhakti Kishori, you are going to make nice chapati for me today? So Prabhupada will tell me, you let her cook outside, here, my kitchen. She can prepare things for me. So she would pretend, and the time I was cooking, she was also cooking. So Prabhupada would say, so Bhakti Kishori, what did you cook for me today? And like this, very sweet. Sometimes she used to go in the room like this. One devotee just told me that he saw most amazing thing. Bhakti Kishori had gone in Srila Prabhupada room, and she stand in the front of him like a little cat waiting for patting, you know. And she would look at him in the eyes, and Prabhupada would look at her in the eyes, and she was waiting, and he actually pat her on his face and this. Sometime he called her, and there is pictures of Srila Prabhupada and her like this. Sometime he called her, and with his hand he called her like this. So she come nearer, nearer, and then whoop, he catch his hand, and he will pull her down with his hand like this. And she will try to get out, and and he will do it again. And he will do it again. It was very, very sweet. And he will give compliment to me, because we were so poor. I remember Surabhi bought 2 saris, 14 rupees and 17 rupees. He did not even ask me to choose. I found them, I'm sorry, so ugly. One was with big dots, dark blue on a kind of washy blue. And I had to smile and say thank you so much. So we was very poor. And I could buy a little piece of cloth, and it was not even cotton, it was too expensive. So I made a dress for her and some ribbons. So I braid her hair, nice ribbon. We went to see Prabhupada and he said, oh, very nice. Srila Prabhupada actually wanted us to look very nice. He actually told us so many times that we have to do like Marwadis. Put the sari, much better than I am now, but that way, not the Gujarati way, from behind. He really wanted us to look like a bit good class Indian, very clean, very neat, nicely combed, like that. And some ladies who asked for, they wanted to wear white. Prabhupada said, yeah, you can have Bengali saris with a nice border. You see, it was, he wanted us to attract. And in the early days, Gargamudi is speaking about that. That Prabhupada liked us to be nicely dressed. So that afternoon, we are sitting, Bhakti Kishori and me, in his room. And actually, just before that, I was with Ananda Baba. I had left the room and I was with Ananda Baba, and I saw two Babaji in white. One was with a short cloth, one with a longer cloth. One was named Krishnadas Babaji, I'm sure, and the other one I don't remember. Maybe I'll find it back. So I saw them coming, and Ananda Baba and me used to give to the sadhu who begs some dal, some everything. So I ran and try to give them something, and they accept. And Ananda Baba was running after me. No, no, mother, no, no, mother, no. And later on, I went back in Srila Prabhupada's room, and actually it was two good friends of Srila Prabhupada. And I saw there was beggars. So I offered my obeisance. I sat down and felt embarrassed that I took them as beggars, you know. Prabhupada received them very nicely. And he told me to get some prashadam for them. So they took, some of them was taking prashadam from us. Some of them will never take. Because they had doubt about us being Vaishnava, not being born as Vaishnava, and in Bharatvarsa, I guess. So I sit, and I remember I wanted so much to stay. So I was making myself like if I could go in the wall, maybe Prabhupada don't see me so much, and he will never tell me to go out. It's funny, but it was like this, the feeling. But day after day, Prabhupada never told me to go out. So that afternoon, I saw that Srila Prabhupada is very much enjoying with his friends. They are speaking in Bengali and they are making jokes and jokes, they are laughing. It was very sweet atmosphere. Just no stress, no pressure. I could see Srila Prabhupada like in his natural nature. No teacher, no guru, just him. Oh, I was enjoying it so much. And I could not understand what they were saying really. Only few little words in Bengali. Then Srila Prabhupada said, Bhakti Kishori, come. He called her nicely. So she come and she sit on his lap. He was sitting behind his table. And she sit on his lap. And actually, Srila Prabhupada had her on his lap and he put her like she's laying down a little on his lap. And he was speaking to his friend with his beautiful aristocratic gesture. And he was speaking. And with his hand, one hand, he was speaking. And other hand, he was going like this to her. And she was like roaming. And then he was going with his finger in her ear, like this, and putting like this. She was going, like that. And then he went like this, you see. Then, and he was still speaking with them very casually and joking. But one of the Babaji I could hear, Maya. So he was talking to Srila Prabhupada, laughing little and joking. Something like about Maya, something like that. And Prabhupada continued, you know. And both of them was laughing about Srila Prabhupada. I guess that he's attached to this little girl and like this, making jokes. So Srila Prabhupada put Bhakti Kishori straight on his lap and start to speak on her in her ear. We could not hear. So Bhakti Kishori looked at him and went like this. So she stand up immediately and she goes to one of the Babaji. He was the one who was on the left of Srila Prabhupada, on my right. She looked at him and she hugged him completely and poof, sit on his lap. And never more than that. And she was going like this also. So Prabhupada started to laugh so much. And the Babaji next to this Babaji started to laugh so much with Srila Prabhupada. So they was showing with him, hey, Baba, like that. What happened? And she was going like this to him. Then the other Babaji was so much laughing that he was going back and forth like this. So Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Kishori, come. So she came back. So Prabhupada went in her ear. Bhakti Kishori went like this. So she came back towards the Babaji. She goes to the one Babaji who was mocking at the other one, and she grabs him like this and kiss him and sit on his lap. And Srila Prabhupada and the other Babaji just laughing and laughing. And like this. So sometime I saw, actually, I was thinking, this day will never end. And sometime Guru Das was opening the door and looking, he was hearing laughing like this. And it was long. So he was looking and closing back the door. And actually, my feeling was true, that it was like an eternal afternoon, because I read in Guruda's book, he's talking about that. And he also said, I thought that that play and that day will never end. It was like eternal. So you see, so that was, I guess, the sweetest afternoon all my life. It was incredible to see this Vaishnav together enjoying very simple things. It made me feel like Krishna Loka, where Krishna is playing with the cover boys, or when Krishna is stealing the clothes of the gopis, teasing, mischievous. So they was like this to each other. Oh, that was Krishna's mercy that I could receive such a darshan and vision of Srila Prabhupada enjoying with his friends. Hare Krishna.